Hello and welcome. You're watching the Daily News Bulletin. I'm Navya Singh and I'll quickly take you through the most important headlines of the day. Let's begin. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today announced as many as 12 measures under the Atmanirbhar 3.0 stimulus package to the tune of rupees 2.65 lakh crores. Now, this particular stimulus package, ladies and gentlemen, aims at creating jobs, generating employment, helping labor-intrusive sectors, MSMEs, middle-income groups, and much more. The finance minister today also announced a fresh scheme to incentivize new employment in the country, also known as the Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. According to a team of economists at the Reserve Bank of India, India's economy probably shrank for the second straight quarter, pushing the country into an unprecedented recession. The economists at the central bank have pointed out that India's economy contracted by 8.6% in the quarter ended September. The economists have also said that India has entered a technical recession in the first half of the financial year 2020-21 for the very first time in history. Citing the recent Sero survey report in the national capital, the Delhi High Court has said that 1 in 4 people in the national capital seem to have been infected with the deadly virus. The High Court has also said that the virus has touched almost every household in the national capital. Now, citing these figures and the current COVID situation in Delhi, the Delhi High Court also pulled up the state government, asking why there were relaxations at a time when other states were imposing restrictions. In another major news, Pakistan's top investigating agency, the Federal Investigation Agency, on 11th of November admitted that at least 11 terrorists who were involved in the Mumbai terror attacks in 2008 were from its soil. Now, the list includes over 1,200 terrorists who are reportedly members of the United Nations listed terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba. According to a recent report published by the World Inequality Lab, inequality in China and India began to spike during the 1990s or the 2000s. Now, while China has been able to stabilize inequality in its country, it still continues to rise in India. The report clearly mentions that higher growth rates and development does not necessarily mean more inequality in the distribution of growth. The report mentions that, as a matter of fact, national economic policies matter a lot. That's all for today. I'll be back with some more important news tomorrow. Thanks for watching.